Beloved friends, life is not a struggle, it is a game, and the game is won by those who understand its laws. You are not at the mercy of chance or fate. You are the master of your spoken word. What you decree with faith is what shall come to pass. The invisible world responds to the command you give it, and when you speak in certainty, the universe rushes to obey. So today, I tell you, there is a command that opens the door to abundance. When spoken with unwavering faith, it brings forth supply as swiftly as the dawn breaks the night. Say within yourself with conviction, all that is mine by divine right now appears before me. Unexpected channels of wealth open instantly, and money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Life is a game that responds to spiritual laws, and words are the key to winning it. Too often, people believe they are victims of circumstance, tossed upon the waves of chance, but this is an error of the human mind. The truth is that every event, every condition, and every experience is but the outer picture of an inner word spoken. You are not a helpless traveler through life. You are the player of the game, and your words are the moves you make upon the board. If your words are words of lack, then lack is the play you call forth. If your words are words of fear, then fear is the shadow you invite. But if your words are words of faith, wealth, and success, then abundance rushes to you as swiftly as the river flows to the sea. The spoken word is not a mere vibration of sound. It is a command backed by divine law. When you say, I prosper, you are declaring a spiritual truth that must shape itself into form. Life hears you, and life obeys. There is no effort, no strain, for the law is already perfect and waiting to be used. The difficulty lies only in man's forgetfulness of his own power. He speaks idly, not knowing that each careless word becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of the unseen, and like all seeds, it must grow. You cannot plant weeds and expect roses, nor can you plant words of poverty and reap riches. But if you plant words of abundance, spoken with conviction, the harvest must be plentiful. The game of life is won by those who know that words are not empty. They are filled with energy, and energy clothed in faith is unstoppable. When you say, money comes to me under grace, you are setting into motion unseen forces that will open doors, bring opportunities, and guide wealth to your hand. Some say, but I see no evidence. Yet the wise player does not look to the board for reassurance. He trusts the rule of the game. Faith is the assurance that what you have spoken is already accomplished, though your eyes have not yet seen it. So many fail because they give their word once, and when the picture does not appear immediately, they withdraw it with doubt, canceling their own decree. They speak with faith in the morning and with fear at night. The game cannot be won by divided speech. Only the steadfast word, spoken and held without wavering, can bring victory. Therefore, guard your words as the most precious of treasures. Speak only what you wish to see. For when you understand that life is a game and your words are the moves, you will play with joy, with certainty, and with mastery. And then, abundance will not be a distant dream but a present reality, rushing to meet you in perfect ways. Would you like me to now expand the second key point, spoken words with faith act as commands to the unseen world, into another 500 words in the same style? Spoken words with faith act as commands to the unseen world, and the unseen world is always listening. Every thought you think and every word you utter is like a decree sent into invisible substance, and that decree begins at once to clothe itself in form. The universe does not question whether your words are good or bad, wise or foolish, for the law is impartial. It simply receives the impression you make and returns it multiplied. That is why idle words, careless complaints, and fearful declarations create so much trouble in the lives of those who speak them. They do not realize that their words are not merely sounds in the air, but forces that shape destiny. When words are spoken with faith, however, they carry a power beyond measure. Faith is the element that charges the word with life. Without faith, words are but empty shells, shadows without substance. But when the heart and the spoken word are united, the command goes forth with authority, and the invisible world must obey. It cannot do otherwise, for divine law was established from the beginning that man shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto him. The unseen world is like a great mirror, always reflecting back to you what you send into it. If you speak lack, the mirror returns lack. If you speak abundance with fear in your voice, the mirror reflects confusion. But if you speak abundance with unwavering faith, the mirror flashes back opportunities, resources, and supply that appear in perfect timing. Words spoken with certainty and gratitude are like seeds planted in the richest soil. Nothing can prevent their growth except your own doubt and contradiction. Faith does not mean begging, pleading, or hoping. Faith is knowing. It is the calm assurance that what you speak is already yours in spirit, and because it is yours in spirit, it must soon appear in matter. When you say, "All channels of supply are open to me now," you are not asking for something to be created from nothing. You are simply commanding that which already exists in the invisible to move into visible expression. The treasure house of heaven is full, and it waits only for your word of command. When the master of the game speaks, he does not tremble or wonder. He issues the word with authority, and he stands still to see the salvation of the law. If delays appear, he does not waver, for he knows that unseen forces are even then arranging the perfect outcome. Like a general sending his troops into the field, he knows the order will be obeyed. So too must you speak, with clarity, with certainty, and with joy. Remember always that your words, when joined with faith, are not weak or powerless. They are divine decrees that reshape the unseen substance of life. Speak with boldness, for heaven itself awaits your command, ready to pour riches, opportunities, and blessings into your path, under grace and in perfect ways. Would you like me to also expand the third key point in the same 500 word Florence Scovel Shinn style so you can build a full series? A powerful decree such as "all that is mine by divine right now appears before me" opens channels of wealth instantly, for the spoken word is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. The treasures of heaven are not locked away in some distant realm, but they wait quietly in the invisible, ready to be called forth by the one who dares to speak with authority. When you make such a decree, you are not asking timidly, nor are you pleading with chance. You are claiming what already belongs to you by the law of divine right. This law has already set aside for you all that you could ever need: lie, opportunity, success, and joy. But until you call it forth, it remains unseen, like gold lying hidden beneath the earth, waiting for the miner's touch. The words you speak are the key that unlocks the storehouse. If you say, "All that is mine by divine right now appears before me," you are opening channels that perhaps you never dreamed existed. Suddenly, a door that seemed shut may swing wide. A person you had forgotten may return into your life with exactly what you need. Money may arrive through channels you could never have devised. This is not magic as the world defines it. It is divine law, unfailing and exact. When you speak the decree with faith, it sets in motion unseen forces, which rush to obey, for the word is law when uttered in certainty. There is power in the word now, for it removes all delay. Many souls fail to receive because they push their good into the future, saying, "Someday I shall prosper," or "One day I shall have enough," but the law responds only to the present. Now is the moment of power, when you affirm, "Now appears before me." You call your good from the invisible into the visible with immediacy. The law cannot resist a present command spoken in faith. Divine right is another mighty phrase. It reminds you that your supply does not come from man, from chance, or from toil. It comes from the divine order of the universe. What is yours cannot be withheld, and what is not yours cannot bring you peace. To declare that wealth appears by divine right is to invite only that which blesses you and blesses others. It ensures that the channels opening for you are perfect channels, untouched by struggle, competition, or harm. under grace, your wealth flows easily, bringing joy without sorrow. Hold fast to the decree. Speak it in the morning when the day is new, in the night when the mind is quiet, and whenever fear or lack attempts to whisper. Each repetition strengthens the command and builds a wall of faith around you. Soon evidence will appear, perhaps in small ways at first, then in greater and greater measure. Do not doubt when you see the beginnings, for the beginnings are proof that the word has taken root. Continue to decree, continue to give thanks, and the harvest must come swiftly, richly, and in perfect ways. Would you like me to expand the fourth key point next? Doubt blocks manifestation, while certainty and gratitude accelerate it, in the same 500-word style. Doubt blocks manifestation, while certainty and gratitude accelerate it. Doubt is the great thief of man's inheritance, for it cancels the decree before it has time to bear fruit. When you speak a word of abundance but follow it with doubt, it is like planting a seed and then digging it up each day to see if it has grown. No harvest can come from such wavering. The law of life responds to steadfast faith, to the unwavering command spoken with conviction. A mind divided cannot receive, for it builds and destroys at the same time. One day it affirms, the next it denies, and so nothing is brought to completion. Certainty, however, is the golden key. To be certain is to know that what you have spoken is already accomplished in the unseen, though your eyes behold no evidence. Certainty is calm, it does not rush or strain. It waits with assurance, like a king who has given his order and knows his command is being carried out. When you speak your word and stand firm in certainty, the universe has no choice but to obey. Forces move, channels open, and supply hastens to appear, for the decree of faith cannot return void. Gratitude is the companion of certainty. To give thanks in advance is to acknowledge that your good is already yours, waiting only to show itself. Gratitude lifts the heart into harmony with the divine, and in that harmony, manifestation comes swiftly. The thankful soul attracts more to be thankful for, just as the ungrateful soul repels the very blessings it desires. When you say, "I give thanks that my abundance appears now," you speed its arrival, for gratitude is a magnet drawing unseen supply into visible form. Doubt closes the door, gratitude flings it wide open. Doubt says, perhaps it will come, perhaps it will not, and so the universe mirrors that uncertainty with delays and disappointments. Gratitude says, I know it is done, and so the universe mirrors that confidence with quick results. The choice is always yours. Will you speak the word and then cancel it with doubt, or will you speak the word and crown it with thanksgiving? Remember, the law is exact. It cannot be fooled by half, faith, or double-mindedness. If you desire abundance, then align your words, your thoughts, and your feelings with abundance. Do not allow fear to whisper, "What if it fails?" For every time you entertain that whisper, you weaken your command. Instead, answer fear with certainty. It is done. My supply is secure. All that is mine by divine right appears now, and I rejoice in its swift arrival. When you live in this spirit of unwavering faith and daily gratitude, manifestation becomes natural and effortless. Money flows easily, opportunities arrive at the perfect time, and blessings multiply. Doubt is gone, certainty reigns, gratitude sings, and life itself becomes a continual unfolding of good, under grace and in perfect ways. Would you like me to also expand the fifth key point? Money and blessings are obedient servants of divine law, into a 500-word teaching in Florence Scovel Shinn's style. Money and blessings are obedient servants of divine law, and they move according to the command of your word. Too often, man mistakes himself as the servant of money, chasing it, fearing it, and bending his life to its pursuit. Yet in truth, money was created to serve, not to rule. It is but a symbol, a tool, a channel through which the infinite supply of the universe flows. When understood rightly, it comes easily, fulfills its purpose, and multiplies blessings. But when misunderstood, it becomes a master that enslaves the one who should be free. The law of life has made all things subject to man's word when spoken with faith. Just as a seed obeys the law of growth, so money obeys the law of command. It cannot resist when it is called forth in certainty and under grace. If you speak, money comes to me in perfect ways. The invisible substance begins at once to arrange circumstances, open doors, and prepare channels for your supply. But if you speak with fear, saying, "I never have enough," or "money always escapes me," then money takes on the role you have assigned it, slipping away and eluding you. Blessings also are obedient. They are like faithful servants who wait quietly until you summon them. Love, health, joy, opportunity. These are not withheld by some stern fate, but stand ready, waiting for the command of your word. They do not choose their master. They follow the one who speaks with authority. If you say, "All blessings flow to me now," then health, love, and success move toward you as if drawn by a magnet. If you say, "Nothing ever goes right for me," then even blessings shrink away, for they cannot disobey the tone of your decree. It is not toil or struggle that commands money and blessings. Many toil all their lives, yet wealth eludes them, for their words cancel their efforts. Others move with ease and speak with certainty, and money hastens to serve them. The difference lies in understanding the law. Money and blessings, being obedient, respond not to effort but to authority, the authority of the spoken word aligned with faith. Therefore, see money not as a master, but as a servant waiting for your order. Treat it with respect, for even a servant must be honored, but never fear it or bow before it. When you say, "Money is my obedient servant," it comes to me in abundance, under grace. You restore the rightful order. You no longer chase, you no longer beg, you command, and you receive. And remember, divine law ensures that blessings come in perfect ways, harming none and benefiting all. What is yours cannot be kept from you, and what is not yours cannot bring you joy. So call forth your supply with faith. Command your blessings with confidence. They are waiting, ready to obey, eager to serve, longing to pour into your life riches, opportunities, and joy. And as you speak, they come, swiftly, richly, and without effort under grace and in perfect ways. Would you like me to now expand the sixth key point? By choosing to speak abundance instead of lack, wealth can manifest swiftly, even within 24 hours, in the same 5. 100. By choosing to speak abundance instead of lack, wealth can manifest swiftly, even within 24 hours, for every word carries the seed of its own harvest. Man lives surrounded by invisible substance, and this substance takes shape according to his spoken decree. When he declares lack, saying, "I never have enough," or "money always slips away," he molds that substance into want and limitation. But when he speaks abundance with conviction, saying, "I am supplied richly and now," he calls forth wealth that is already prepared for him in the unseen. The universe holds nothing against him. It only mirrors the word he speaks. The power of choice lies in the tongue. Life does not impose poverty, nor does it force riches. It merely reflects. Every man stands daily at a crossroads, to speak lack or to speak plenty. Whichever word he chooses sets the tone of his experience. Many repeat the language of limitation out of habit, not realizing that each word is a command. They wonder why opportunities vanish and doors remain shut, yet they themselves have shut the doors with their own decrees of failure. But the moment they change their words, the moment they choose to affirm abundance, the tide turns. New channels open, doors swing wide, and money appears as if by miracle. The swiftness of manifestation depends upon the strength of conviction. A half-hearted word, laced with doubt, limps slowly, but a firm decree spoken with joy races into form. That is why wealth can appear within 24 hours, because the law does not measure time as man does. What seems slow is only man's hesitation. When the word is spoken with certainty, the unseen forces move instantly. A channel may open that very day, a message may arrive, a payment long delayed may suddenly be released, or a new opportunity may appear without effort. None of these are accidents, they are the visible response to the invisible word. Lack is heavy and delays manifestation, while abundance is light and swift. When you say, I am poor, you wrap yourself in chains, and your good struggles to reach you. When you say, I prosper now, you open the gates wide, and wealth rushes in unhindered. The universe loves speed, for faith is always immediate. Faith does not say, tomorrow I shall have supply. Faith says, now it appears before me. And because it claims the present responds. So speak abundance in every hour. Let no word of lack cross your lips. Replace every complaint with a declaration of good. Say, I live in a world of plenty. Money flows to me richly and easily. All channels are open now. Hold to this word with gratitude, and you will be astonished at how swiftly it manifests. For when man aligns his speech with abundance, the law of supply moves with power, and wealth hastens to him, sometimes within hours, always under grace, and ever in perfect ways. Do you want me to now combine all 6 expanded key points into one complete flowing speech in Florence Scovel Shinn's style, so it reads as a full lecture or sermon?